Hey peeps, welcome back. Game of Drike here, back in Timberborn, where our beavers are frozen in time, just about ready to start another day's work. Let's take a look at the situation that we have here. So, as we left it last time, we just completed this major dam project, which was fantastic. And we were talking about moving to another area, creating another district. And that is what we're going to try and do today, because I've decided this dam's not big enough. This water's not very deep at all. You can see the grass through it. It doesn't look that deep, and I don't think it's going to survive long in a drought. In fact, we've got a drought starting in 3 days, but I'm not even going to wait that long to find out. What we're going to do is essentially make this another block deep, but to do that we're going to have to solve this problem, because if we increase the water level here, it's all going to flow off the map. So we're going to dam here, and when I was looking around the map I thought, we're going to go into all the effort of creating a little dam here, we might as well future-proof it and build it up to at least halfway up this wall, because that is really the maximum height we're going to do. So this is quite a big dam project that we're going to create, or a big levee project we're going to create. To do that, we're going to have to set up that. It's way too far from our district. We're never going to get our workers there, so we're going to create a new district here, right where this water is. So initially we're going to drain this again and just return it to the farmland it was before. It's near the main river, so we have got this area of green anyway, and we've also got this area here that you might be able to see underneath the water with some debris that we can move out. So I'm going to create a district around here, and I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to give it time to set up and establish itself. I'm not going to rush it. We're going to have some farms here creating food for the beavers living here, and we're going to create a big forestry area which will create all the wood we need to create the dam project. We're then going to create the dam, tidy up the area and leave it, return it back to nature. It's a temporary village, but it's going to be a big setup to do that. However, to do that I need more beavers, because at the moment I only have one spare beaver. So we're going to have to increase the population over here, so I'm going to need to build some more lodges. But to do that, I'm a little bit concerned about the food situation. So before we do that, I am going to create in this area more farmland, and at least create some wheat fields, because wheat fields produce a lot of bread. I think we looked at it last time, but essentially one wheat through the grist mill makes one flour, and one flour with a bit of wood makes 5 loaves. So we will be able to make a lot of food in a very short or very small amount of farmland space. So that's how we're going to start. We're going to turn this into farmland, and we'll need to increase our beaver population slightly to do that. So I'm going to create one more beaver hut and go from there. So without further ado, let's hit play. I'm going to clear all this area out. We're going to need it for the farmland. So it's sad to say, but all these resources have to go. I'll just get rid of that. Our gatherer I'm going to get rid of from there, and I'm going to move him down here anyway, because we've got this area which has much better berries for him or her, and he'll be able to gather from that area. Let's speed this up. I'm pretty sure we're going to need another farmhouse as well, so I'm going to create another farmhouse here, and that will take care of this land. And we will pop in some bees there, and maybe here, maybe there, and maybe one more down there. Doesn't quite cover it all, but it'll give us some growth. I'm also going to create another gear workshop because I think we're going to get stuck. We've only got one place at the moment making gears, so I'm just going to attach a second one to here, and I hope that this is going to have enough power to power both. Let's find out. Gear workshop. Rotate. And once that's built, we'll see if it gets power. If not, we'll build another windmill out back. Okay. This land's ready to go. Let's plant wheat right across it. That space just above I'm going to use for food storage. At the moment we have food stored in here amongst the other stuff, and it would be much better if we can create an area that is or create a storage unit that is solely for the food. I want to create two huge storage areas, one for potatoes and one for wheat. And I'm going to do that by creating these underground warehouses that can hold 4,000 items of food, or 4,000 items of which there will be food. So we should have a store, hopefully, eventually, of 4,000 bread and 4,000 grilled potatoes. And that will keep our beavers going no matter what happens to the weather. So we will get them being built and unlock that. Now I'm going to build it just back one, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'll let that build and then I'll come back. Okay peeps, so the first storage unit has been built, and the reason I've left it back one is because I want to actually put a path in to it before stuff starts getting put in there, because when these are built by default they're available for everything to go in, and I want to allow none, and in this case I only want grilled potatoes to go in there, and the maximum of 4,000. Okay, now that's set up, we can put our path in. There's other ways of doing it. You can, even if things start getting put in there, you can select to empty the storage and then wait for it to be empty and then set everything up as you want. But this pathway is a quick way of doing it, and I can't really imagine what we were going to put behind there anyway. So we'll just let that carry on. This gear mill is working fine, and it's all being powered by the one. Our wheat fields are built, and once the wheat has grown up we're going to need to process it through this grist mill and then through the bakery. So this is some more unlocking we need to do and more building. So I'm going to put our mill there and our bakery right next to it, like so. And this is also going to need power. Takes 60 horsepower, so a windmill in the back will be just fine. Pop a windmill there and a straight through connector to power that, and we will let that build up. I built the second lodge as well here, and we have some people growing up, and just before they did I had to put the builder hut on pause to make sure we got a member of staff working for us down in the gear mill. So this is almost done. We're just waiting on more gears. That'll come all in good time. We're a bit reliant on wind power. There is no wind at the moment, but as soon as wind starts blowing, we'll be good to go. Alright, let's give it more time. Well, peeps, it's taken many days to get all the gears we need to create this grist mill, and then some more gears to create the bakery, but we've finally got there. I've also created 2 more warehouses, large ones, one which is just going to store flour and one which is just going to store wheat. So as you can see, we've got a lot of wheat already. It just needs to be processed. And you know what, I think we might build a second bakery just to make sure we can process this in a timely manner. I've also created a warehouse over here just for gears because that kept holding us back. So now we will have a stock eventually of 200 gears, so we'll be able to build things fairly quickly. So for example, this bakery needs 10 gears and 9 of those will be fairly instant as soon as the beavers wake up and start doing some work. At the moment we've got the beavers working 16 hours a day. I'm tempted to increase that just a little bit and get them working 18 hours a day. Get some more productivity done. There, I see that we're just now waiting on the 1 gear that we didn't have in stock. If we had it in stock, that would have been an almost instant build. So once that is built, there it goes. I think we'll see our bread supply start shooting up, and once we've got a few hundred bread, at the moment we've got 48, I'll be a happier bunny. Potatoes are going okay. We haven't got any stored, I don't think. We've got 1 there and 3 there, but I think this is pretty much dealing with all the potatoes it can deal with. It might be worth creating some more potatoes, growing more potatoes. I'm wondering whether we turn this area into a potato field as well. In fact, I think we will. Yeah, I think what we will do is we will take an area here, because we don't need this much wood. We have so much wood growing. We're okay for that. All our wood piles are full. I think what we're going to do is get rid of some of these resources here, that many, and we will build our blueberry bushes there once that comes down, and put potatoes here, which is in line with the farmhouse. One of the farmhouses, or 2 of the farmhouses there, can reach that, so that will be good. Okay, now that that's happening, we can start on this project, our growth. And to do that, we're going to carefully delete the path that's on top of there. Okay, and we're going to create a levee, when I can find it, the levee, there we are, the levee, here, like so. That's not in line with this though, is it? No, hang on. No, that's in line with that, so we need to create this one as well. And as a reason I'm doing this, I'm going to build some stairs going up to that, and a path, and that will give us access to the top of the levee, allowing us to build. So I'll show you what I mean now. If we build there and there, the beavers might be able to get to it from the bottom. In fact, they probably will in this case, but they might struggle a bit later on. So they won't have any problems getting up here. And if we draw a path across the levees, let's just put this in as well. Excellent. If we draw a path now across the levees, they will be able to reach all parts of it with no problem whatsoever. Now I'm leaving a gap here deliberately, and in fact I'll probably bust a hole through here later on, but we'll let them build that for now. The reason I'm going to bust a hole through there is we're almost ready to go and move over here and create this area. And to do that, we need to traverse the landscape, and we can't build, once we're out of range of our district, we can't build stairs. So we could come up here, we could probably build stairs up here and around, but then we wouldn't be able to get down over here, so that's no good. So the way that we're going to do it is we're going to create a path through here and just come straight down into this area, and then there's no hills for us to traverse, which is great. We can go, there's a couple of ways. I'll just wait till this is built first and then we'll bust through it, which is a bit of a waste. But to do that, we're going to need to drain this area. Now we're in the middle of a drought, so that's one thing to take into account. But I don't think it matters. We're going to lower our floodgates a little bit at a time, because I don't want to let huge amounts of water just cascade everywhere. I'm not entirely sure what that will do, whether it will flood anything over here and cause us problems. Okay, this area is clear, so we can plant our blueberry bushes in there. That'll, once he's done that, we will then replace this with potatoes, and then we should be good for food. We have 18 bread in stock. We have quite a lot of potatoes, grilled potatoes. And this will keep us going. Why are they all hungry though? Why is everyone hungry? We have got food here. There is food in stock. Okay, not sure why. Hopefully they will figure it out and get themselves some food. Let's bake more potatoes. So let's clear this area of land like so. Our gatherer can go now from there, and we'll put him over here, I think. Yeah, that gives them enough access to the berries. And we will create all of this berries when we get to a point where we don't need as much wood. Okay, these are doing well. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to get to the end there, in which case we might need to do a bit of jiggery-pokery, but we'll see what happens. I have a plan of how we can do that if we need to, without setting up a new set of resources. But we'll take that one by ear. Okay. Beavers doing good job. Once this is filled with water, all of this land will be farmable, and that will give us a lot of scope. And I'm intending to turn this into a giant farmyard and turn this area eventually into a giant lumber yard. So wood will be processed here, food will be processed here, and then metal will be processed over here. That is the cunning plan. Okay, we have a fair amount of food, less than I would like. I'm just going to let it go for a little bit to build up our stocks. and then I'm going to create another lodge and get ourselves 9 extra adults, and we will then move those 9 adults out of the district and into this area here. So in fact we can get this started. So to create a new district we simply need to put down a district centre, and I'm going to put the district centre down here because the path from that is going to need to extend out this far and out this far, and I hope it will reach from there. We shall see. From there we simply need to draw back a path back to our main district, and we will take a door, we'll take a gap out of here. Now the districts can't be connected together, they have to be separated by a district gate, but again that's a freebie, so we'll plonk that down there, and that will ensure that if this line did extend, if it hadn't run out, it wouldn't go past this gate area. Okay, like I said, I'm going to bust a wall through here. Yep, and build a pathway, and now we have the 2 districts linked together. Now in order to get people out here, we need to give this district a name or else we will get confused. We'll call this district the Dam Project. So, Dam Project. Okay. To get people and to get resources out there, we're going to need to unlock a couple of things here. First of all, a distribution post. Yep. And we will have that built there. It's not that expensive to build, it's just a few logs and planks. But that will allow us to send goods over to a drop-off point. Yes. And we'll put a drop-off point here. And again, these are free to build. Why are we flooding here? We're flooding here because this isn't down. I need to drop that right the way down because I don't want this flooding just yet. Okay, so that evaporated during a drought, it seems. Okay, we're going to send over here some wood and some planks to get people set up. And to get set up, what we're going to need to give them is some water. So we will create a water butt, and I will create 3 eventually there, and a house. And for now we'll just put 1 down with some steps going into it, but we will create a second one and allow them to breed. We're also going to need to put some storage down, so I'm just going to build a warehouse, and that can go there like so. That should keep things occupied, and then we're going to need some lumber storage, and we'll put that here because we're going to need it close to where we're going to be doing most of the building, which is going to be this dam project. So when we get over here, we will get a gatherer first of all, getting us some food. I'll pop them there, that will get those, and we will get a couple of lumberjacks working on clearing this land here. In fact, clearing this land here first, because what we want to do is then replant here with and that's not going to reach. So we'll put him there. A couple of lumberjacks, and we'll need to create a path to that. That will do. Okay. That will be an area where we want them to cut the trees. We want the whole lot cut down, and then we will repopulate that with maple. And once that has grown up, we will then start our project proper. Okay, so we haven't got any beavers here yet, but that's okay, we'll get some. We need to add a new route over to here, and we're going to send over, initially we will send some grilled potatoes so that they've got some food. We will send planks. We will send logs. No, we don't need logs. They can get logs themselves. That's it. We'll just send those two for now. What we will do is we will create our own water supply. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, and fill our own tanks. We should be okay with that. Put a path in there. And in fact, we might as well build the other water storage things. And that'll probably be good enough for what we need. We will demolish this to make sure this stays full. The only reason it's full now is because this area was flooded when we closed our dam before. But that won't be the case. We will build a farmyard here, and we will plant food there. So we're going to need a farmyard, and we're going to be cooking, basically we're just going to be cooking potatoes, and they're going to be living on potatoes for a while. Okay, that's all set up, and as soon as we send some people over here, that will start building. So we'll get on with that at the beginning of the next episode. For now, if you've enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. And until next time, in Timberborn, stay safe. We'll see you then. Goodbye.